Hi guys, so today I'm going to be telling you about the use of Airtel SIM in USA. So I'll tell you in a detailed manner, and I'm going to be talking about only the Airtel SIM and not any other SIMs because I know the experience of it. So in this video, I might be a little awkward because it's my first video on YouTube. Don't know whether I will edit this video or not, but I feel only the content should be delivered to the people before coming here in USA. So please ignore if there is any noise behind because I'm not into editing and stuff, and I'm not into YouTube. This is my first video, as I've already told you. Don't know how this journey continues, and I'm currently not asking you to subscribe right now, but let's see. So I'll get into the topic. So we have to keep in mind only the two things in mind before coming to USA for the Airtel SIM. The first thing is to activate international roaming, and the second thing is to update your email ID for your number. I'll tell you what are these two things. So the first thing is, before coming to USA, for example, if you're coming on Jan 3rd or Jan 4th, 2 days before you are coming to USA, you have to update the international roaming for your mobile number. So that is very simple. You have to type IR start to 121 and your Airtel SIM international roaming gets activated. I'll show you in my mobile. So with this type, you can see here it's IR start, so your roaming gets activated. So this doesn't mean that you're paying something to Airtel. It only means that your international pack gets activated, and whenever your flight lands in the US, so you'll get a signal. It doesn't mean that there are Airtel towers over here. It's just a collaborative network. The local network gets connected to the Airtel network, and immediately you will see a symbol R on the top of your phone behind the signal. So it means you're on roaming. So what does this mean? So when you come to USA, you might be having a plan. For example, you have a plan till Jan 27th and you're coming to USA on Jan 5th. So it means that you doesn't need to recharge anything, just send this SMS and that's it, done. So what does it make sense? Does it make sense? Yes, it makes sense, because after coming to the US, you're not going to call your parents through your Airtel mobile because you might be having Wi-Fi or you might take other US carrier. So for this, you need OTPs. For example, if you're signing into your SBI account or Airtel app or something or the other, you need an OTP. So OTPs are completely free. If you're not doing this, you might not receive your signal after landing in the US. This is the first thing, okay? And incoming OTPs are all free, but incoming calls and outgoing calls are chargeable. You can't make an outgoing call. You can make a data call through WhatsApp or any other medium. The second thing, you need to update your email ID with your mobile number. It seems funny, but it has happened with me. So there's a thing called updation of email ID to your mobile number. It means you need to update your email ID with the Airtel mobile number. I mean, it needs to be linked. So for that, you need to call the Airtel customer care and ask them to update your email ID to your mobile number. Then they'll give you a confirmation message to update your email ID, and then you click on the confirmation, then your email ID gets updated. For example, I'll show you on my mobile. So here is that. See, here's the message: dear customer, we have updated your email ID. So why is this useful? I'll let you know. So these are the first two things to keep in mind before coming to USA. Then after coming to USA, first of all, after landing in USA, if you're getting a phone with a physical SIM card in it, then you will definitely receive a signal here. Then you can use it for OTP purpose and for any other purpose, for signing in, etc. Then immediately after coming to US, if you're trying to purchase a new phone, for example, people get new phones like, for example, iPhone here when they come to US. So here's the thing, what happened with me. I'll let you know my experience here. So I came here with a Redmi mobile with Airtel SIM in it and have activated the international roaming as I've told in the previous steps. Then after coming here, Airtel SIM was working for me and everything looks good. So what I've done is that I've taken an iPhone here because my phone is not getting supported with the US carrier here, so I have taken an iPhone 14 Pro Max without a SIM slot. Here is the big problem. iPhone 13 used to have a SIM slot, but iPhone 14 Pro Max didn't have a SIM slot. So what I've done, I've taken a mobile US carrier. I'm taking US carrier named as T-Mobile. Then I've activated it in my iPhone with an eSIM. So iPhone 14 Pro Max has two eSIMs. One SIM got activated, and what I tried is that I tried to get activated my Airtel with an eSIM. So I tried making my Airtel's physical SIM into an eSIM. So listen to it very carefully. I have an Airtel physical SIM card in my Redmi mobile. Then I tried to activate it with Airtel in the form of eSIM. So what I have done, I followed the process of eSIM. What is the process? You have to message small e SIM space your mail ID to 121. Then once you get a confirmation, they'll ask you to reply with a message known as confirm, CONFIRM. Then after you confirm, then you'll receive a code to your email ID, just like I'll show you here. So this is the confirmation, eSIM space your mail ID. Okay, then they'll ask you to reply with a message 1. So if you click on 1, then you'll get a QR code to scan to activate your eSIM. So what I've done, I got the QR code to my mail ID. My physical SIM is in my Redmi mobile. Then I tried to scan my iPhone to that QR code, and the eSIM activation was aborted. So later on, I researched on this topic, and then I came to know that eSIM activation process is not possible when you are abroad. So there are no Airtel towers here, so that doesn't happen. So you're on international roaming, and you're connected to a local network which has a collaborative network with Airtel in India. So it doesn't happen. Then I came to know with Airtel's mails that for activation of eSIM you have to come to India, then you have to get your eSIM activated, and then come back to US. So what I've done is that I've asked my brother to go to the Airtel store and take a new SIM and then get that SIM here. This is a big process. So one thing I've learned from this is that when you're buying an iPhone without a SIM slot here, people get to buy iPhones here, right? So they get with a physical SIM card. For example, if you have an iPhone in India with a eSIM Airtel, then you can directly get it here and take one more eSIM with a US carrier. That works. For example, if you have a phone only with one physical SIM card, and if you get that phone here in US, you can use with that physical SIM card with Airtel, and you can take an eSIM with US carrier. For example, if you don't have any phone and you want to buy here a new phone, then it's really difficult, because here if you want to buy an iPhone, so it doesn't have any SIM slot. So you need to have a physical SIM slot phone for the physical SIM signal. So this is how it looks. Either you need to have an eSIM activated before coming to US, or you need to get a phone with a physical SIM card so that your Airtel signal keeps on continuing, and you'll have one more phone with an US carrier. Majority of the people here use two phones, one from India and one from US, so that the Airtel SIM is undisturbed. So this is the thing you have to do. And what else should I tell you? Like I've told everything. So this is only with the Airtel. I'll try to get more information about other SIMs, but Airtel is pretty cheaper here. And one more thing I forgot to tell you, that after activating your international roaming, you come here in the US. Then I've told you, for example, if you came to US on Jan 5th or 6th, then your unlimited pack in India might get ended on Jan 28th or 29th. What after that? So if your pack is ending on Jan 28th, so from Jan 28th here in US, you have to recharge with 100 rupees for that Airtel SIM. So what is this 100 plan? So when you search what is 100 plan in Google, some Airtel websites say that 100 plan is you get 81.75 talk time and lifetime activation for your SIM card. But what, as far as I've seen, is that for 100 plan you'll get all OTPs every incoming OTP is free, and you get 81.75 talk time, and your SIM stays active. What's more important here is your SIM needs to be active. Your incoming OTPs are coming, then your SIM is active. So what Airtel people suggest is that, for example, if you recharge with a plan on Jan 28th for 100, then it expires on Feb 26th or Feb 27th. Let us say it expires on Feb 26th. So before Feb 26th, 1 day or 2 days before Feb 26th, say it's on Feb 25th, you have to send an outgoing message to your Indian numbers for your family or friends, like any message, hi or hello. So one outgoing message costs you around 25 rupees. So you have 81.75 talk time, 25, one message, one more 25, another message. So 50 is vanished. Anyhow, you're not going to use the talk time balance to talk to anywhere because you can't make an outgoing call. So what is the benefit of messaging someone to India by using that 50 rupees, so that your outgoing service is also active and your SIM might not get blocked or deactivated, or you'll not have any problem like signal loss or something. What's the most important here in USA is that once your Airtel SIM signal is lost, then it's really difficult for you to get that signal back because you're on international roaming. Okay, so this is the thing. And never try to activate eSIM in USA. This is the most important thing I've learned here in US. Okay, so that is the best thing. And I always suggest to get an Airtel SIM. If you have a Geo number, Geo is very costly here in US. Try to port the number to Airtel well in advance before coming to USA, so that you can work with Airtel here, and it's pretty easy process. And you might be thinking, should I recharge every month 100 rupees? Yes, you have to recharge, because once you come to USA, once 100 rupees is very much cheaper, because if you are in India, you might think it is very difficult to recharge 100 rupees every month. But when you're in US, you'll completely deal with dollars and you'll deal with many other things here in USA. So you might be definitely having a balance, or you might be having your friends or family in India who can afford to recharge with 100 rupees, so that your incoming OTPs work. So the best thing I can say, two solutions, is that full supported phone. I have seen only two phones which are supporting from India to US, that is OnePlus and the other is iPhone. Might be some other phones also might be supporting, but I've seen only two phones supporting here in USA. So get an activated eSIM before coming to USA. But that is also a bit tricky, because if something happens here in USA for you and your phone is lost, then you can't get that phone and you don't have a physical SIM, then it's a problem. So I always suggest get a normal Android or an iPhone, anything with a physical SIM, and use that only for the Indian SIM, and get a new phone here in US. Try to maintain two different phones, one for Indian SIM and one for US SIM, or else this also might work. Get a fully supported iPhone or something else with two eSIMs, like with a physical SIM slot and one eSIM slot, so that the physical SIM slot might be useful, so that if and the eSIM can be used for a US carrier. But again, if your phone gets lost, it's a problem. So the best and cool solution for you is that you always carry two phones, and the Indian phone will not be used very much in US, because you only use it for OTPs and when you're in home. So when you're going to somewhere, to the college or to outside any place, you might not be using that Indian phone, and there is no chance to get that phone to be lost. So Indian phone is preserved. Get the old Indian phone here, use it for your Airtel SIM or any other SIM, then you use your new iPhone or some other phone that you buy in US. So that's it from my side. If you have any doubts or if I missed anything here in this video, I'll definitely come back to you. Thank you guys.